Tim, you know we're going to ask who, in your mind, is the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Michael, and I'll be the first to admit it's a little bit biased because my career was basically the decade of the 90s, and this guy dominated that decade, as we've seen throughout this documentary. I think for me, a lot of the footage that you saw from the documentary is one of the reasons why I put him in such high regard, because of how difficult it was defensively and the physicality of the league when Jordan played and when he was winning his titles. I just think you have to take that into account. It was a totally different era, a totally different way and mindset of defending the paint and defending attacking players like Michael Jordan. And so to still be that good statistically and to have the 6 championships without a loss in the finals, for me, that will separate Michael Jordan from anybody else. But at least I do think the conversation is right if these are the two guys that you're having the debate about. LeBron is the only other guy, I think, that is worthy of genuinely being in that debate.
Okay. No Kareem, no Oscar, no Magic, no Larry, just LeBron and Mike for you?
Draw the line somewhere, Jay. Otherwise, the debate rages on. It's too hard to have a debate when you have that many names. So if
That's
you
true.
know, for me, it's Michael Jordan always is going to have the biggest seat at the biggest table. But I think LeBron James at least has a seat at that table.
That's true.
But for me, that they're the two most comparable players in terms of their ability to dominate on the perimeter, inside out, their defensive prowess, their team success, the number of times they went to the finals, championships, all of that. I think it comes down to these two guys.
And Bill Russell's over there counting rings, but we just go leave him out of this. What was your mentality when you faced Mike and the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, I always just got excited to play that team. And for me, I always looked at it like such a challenge in that it was not something that Michael Jordan was going to do to me in a one-on-one matchup if I was playing against him that he wouldn't have done to a million other guys. And so all I could do in that situation, in a no-lose situation, was play well. And if I played well for a stretch against Michael Jordan and I guarded him well in a number of possessions and, if I contested some shots and I forced him to miss some tough shots, well, then you come off the floor and everybody has tremendous appreciation for what you did. But if he hits 5 straight on you, big deal. He's done it to everybody. He's done it to certainly better players than me and Hall of Famers. So you don't worry about those kind of things. And the other thing about playing that team, Jay, was there was a completely different electricity in the building, even driving to the arena, that you felt when you were about to play the Chicago Bulls than anybody else. And that was the case even for a home game. It was just a different environment. The year we played them in the playoffs in '97, I'll never forget coming out onto the court. We lost the first 2 in Chicago. Both games went down to the wire. It was a best of 5 at that time. So now we come home to Washington to play them. I'll never forget running out of the tunnel onto the court. It was something unlike I had ever experienced in my NBA career. And yeah, it was a playoff game, but it was the Bulls more specifically. So I always just thought it was a tremendous excitement and electricity when you were going to play against Michael Jordan and play against that team.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.